welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you an entire full grocery haul. I am currently eating a lot right now. My macros are very high, my calories are very high, and I am trying to put on some lean mass. So in that, I have to eat a lot of food. So I figured at the height of my bulk, I would share with you guys exactly what I'm eating, what I buy at the store, and maybe even some nutrient tips here and there, and reasons why I eat what I eat. So let's get to it. But before we get started, be sure to click the subscribe button down below, and also be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you want more content like this. So first things first, we got Zoe's dog food. Very, very interesting. But this is the dog food she eats. She's spoiled. She likes it from the fridge. She likes all natural. She got it from her mama. Now this is for Steven, my husband. He likes milk. He likes 2% because he's eating a lot of fats right now. So he tries and gets his fats in from dairy and meat. Those are a couple of his sources. My best friend's coming into town. These are hers. She asked me to grab them. Not for me. So my favorite rice cakes are the Quaker caramel corn, but they were out of them, which that usually happens, so I always stock up hard. But I had to get the off-brand caramel cakes. I swear they're not the same tasting as the Quaker ones, but they will do for now. I really like these English muffins. They're light. I think it is 25 grams of carbs for one muffin, which is really good. So I like to do this Smart Balance butter or coconut oil on them, and then I put eggs on top or whatever the case may be. Bananas! So a little secret, the organic bananas are always a little bit sweeter to me than the generic, so sometimes we just splurge for the organic ones. No explanation as to why this is, but it is something I've noticed. Alrighty, next we have mushrooms. We like to saute these for anything like eggs, our chicken, our turkey, really anything. These are so good. Steve also uses these in his pasta, like marinara, pasta sauce, chicken, and then onions and mushrooms. So that's what we use those for. Diced onions are good in anything. This is one of our favorite hot sauces, Chipotle Cholula. We put this on basically everything as well. Alright, this is a can of coconut oil spray. We use this all the time. Instead of, you know, pouring in some oil and then sauteing, we actually just use this because if you pour in oil, a lot of it cooks out and you kind of don't really know how much you're actually consuming. So we like to add oil in after we cook our meat or anything along those lines. So we like coconut oil. Vino. You guys know how crazy I am about our wine. This is our current favorite, the Arsonist. It's a red blend. We like kind of like a drier wine, but not too dry. And it has a little bit of sweetness to it, so I don't know, we really like it. We just found it. It's actually a really hefty bottle too. They definitely don't skimp ya. Steve likes this pasta sauce. It has 7 carb, 4 fat for 125 grams, which is really good. When you're looking for pasta sauce, I try and go with the least amount of carbs and the least amount of fats in a serving. So this one is pretty good. I would say 7 grams of carbs is usually around what a lot of pasta sauces are. Unless you use tomato paste, that's gonna be very low in carb. All right, for some carbonation in my life, I like to drink these on the daily. They're stevias and they're 0 calorie. They're made with stevia leaf extract. So there's a little bit of citric acid, but not crazy. And then there is no aspartame, which aspartame is fine. It just increases cravings a little bit and it makes me personally really bloated. So I try and stay away from aspartame as much as possible. But you know, life is all about balance. So of course I'm gonna have some Diet Coke or whatever the case may be when I want. Sweet potatoes, we have a huge bag here. And here's a little trick about sweet potatoes. I've noticed the more red they are, and if they're organic, they are more sweeter than the generic kind of light brown looking ones. So this one's a little bit light brown. They didn't have the dark red ones available, but I usually look for, you know, a darker sweet potato, and if they're organic, they're a little bit sweeter. Again, I don't know why. It's just something I have experimented with, and something that I have found to be true. So there's a little tip on the sweet potatoes and what to look for. We are big egg people. We love eggs. I eat eggs 2 to 3 times a day. I really like just, you know, egg whites, or sometimes I do have a yolk, depending on where I want my fats. But lots of nutrients in a yolk. Steve loves these. He is basically a carb because he has like 600 carbs a day, so that's like insane. When we eat waffles, we really like this sugar-free Vermont syrup. The carbs are like 6 grams of carbs for 1/4 of a cup, which is really, really good. So recently, I don't really like to eat a lot of processed foods if like I'm on prep and I don't have a lot of calories to work with. My body's a lot more sensitive. But when I'm bulking and I'm eating a ton of food, I have found that my body can basically take down anything, and I don't really have digestion issues. Kodiak Cakes, they do make some people have digestion issues or bloat, but I have found the more food that I have in my diet, the less issues I have. So right now I'm eating this along with Steve. We both really like Kodiak Cakes. The macros are really good on it. And another pancake mix I love is P28 white chocolate. That is just like over the top amazing, and I really, really like it. So these two I do have probably like once a day. I'll have a pancake and I'll do dark chocolate chips in there and banana. So that's really, really good pre-workout and post-workout snack. Pop-Tarts! All right, so Steve loves Pop-Tarts. He has one every day before a workout. I personally, I like Pop-Tarts. I'll eat them occasionally, but I noticed that it just doesn't fill me up. I'd rather eat in volume, so I'd rather eat more food for the amount of calories, but sometimes if I just need to get my macros in, I'll definitely have a Pop-Tart. But blueberry is the best. Actually, I have to just disagree with Steve. He thinks blueberry is the best. I think strawberry is the best. Comment below your favorite Pop-Tart. I have had this in basically every freaking grocery haul, but they're my Vans waffles, and they're my favorite. They actually are one of the best in macros that I have found, and they're like super, super dense. They're a very dense waffle rather than a very light and airy waffle like Eggos. So for 2 of these, it's only 25 carb, 5 fat, 5 protein, bam. I don't love when my waffles have protein in them because I'd rather have protein from like whole nutrient dense sources as much as I can. So yeah, these are my favorite. I know that I've turned a lot of you guys on to this brand, but that's just because they rock. Cream of rice, something I have every night before bed. I don't know, it's just like a ritual to me. I really love cream of rice, so I'll do PB2 powder and protein powder in this before bed. And if you're someone who gets full very easily, this is very easily digested. Digested. Come on, Taylor. And it is very good. So also, if you travel, you want to do like a little travel snack, make this, put it in a container, like a Tupperware, do protein powder, PB2 powder, coconut oil, mix it up, put it in the fridge overnight or however long, and when you wake up, it's like a nice cold protein pudding, and you can travel with it and not have to worry about heating it up in a microwave. All right, so for salads, I actually got this from my friend Zach. He is, like, his Instagram name is The Flexible Dieting Lifestyle. He does mustard on his salads, and I wish I would have known this for prep because it is a game changer. It really makes the salad a lot more voluminous, and it just kind of makes it tastes a lot, you know, better. So mustard on salad. I've been sauteing my meats and my onion and mushroom with spicy mustard. I'm gonna do a full day of eating after this, so I'll show you how I incorporate this a lot daily, but this is a staple. Currently, my favorite dressing is honey mustard Bolt House, and I know I show you guys Bolt House dressings for like 2 years now, but they're my favorite. The macros are 6 grams of carbs and 1.5 fat and 1 protein per 30 grams, which is crazy. That's just absolutely amazing. That doesn't happen. So the thing about dairy, I am kind of dairy free. I try and eliminate it as much as I can, although I do have like feta cheese and Bolt House dressings. So I'll kind of have a little bit of dairy throughout my day, but I try and not really consume dairy a whole lot, because I noticed that when I cut it out, my skin was a lot more clear and my digestion was a lot better. So I experimented with it. My body doesn't favor dairy, doesn't really process it very well. So if you're someone who struggles with acne, I would recommend cutting out dairy for a week or 2 and see how your skin does without it. This is my second fave Bolt House dressing. Sushi Rice. We have completely switched over to Sushi Rice instead of Japanese rice, and the macros are higher, so you know, there's that, but it just tastes a lot better. It's a lot more like stickier, and it's a rounder rice. I don't know, if you haven't tried Sushi Rice, definitely get on it because you'll love it. I have a salad every dinner, so every night I do. The reason why I do mixed greens is because the darker the leaf, the better it is for your digestive system. So although it doesn't taste the best, the darker leaf, it's kind of like bitter, it's actually the best for your digestive system. All right, got some blueberries. I'm not a big fruit person right now. I don't know why. I kind of like go through my stages, but my favorites are frozen mango, blueberries, and bananas. This is the bread that we eat. And the reason why is because the macros are crazy. It is 2 slices for 17 carb, and that just doesn't happen. So it is our favorite bread, and I really like Ezekiel bread too, but I think 1 slice is 18 grams of carbs, which is fine. There's a lot more nutrients in them, but if you're looking to fill up a little bit more, have more volume, this is the way to go. Brussels sprouts, I will roast these. I think I'll either do broil for like 15-20 minutes, or I will bake them. Love these. One of our favorite bars. Okay, I found these at the store. I never have tried these before. They're non-dairy frozen bites, and they're only 6 grams of carbs and 1 fat for 1 little ball. They kind of look like mochi balls, which I really like, so I'm gonna try them out. These are sweet potatoes. They're frozen, so I'm sure I can just like bake them. I honestly never used these before, but I think you put them on the sheet and then bake them in the oven, kind of roast them, so they sounded good. I put broccoli slaw in all of my salads as a topper. Got that from my friend Zach. Cilantro. I'm doing a crock pot recipe for you guys just for on Instagram, so be sure to follow me at Tayche. But I'll be showing you guys like my favorite crock pot recipe that's really easy. So that cilantro is for that. Apple cider vinegar. I have this every morning. I do 2 tablespoons, 8 ounces of water, and half of a lemon. And the reason why you want to dilute it down to that is because the acid over time can really hurt your throat and your teeth. So you want to make sure that you're diluting your shots in the morning. But it's really, really good for you, for your skin. It kind of detoxes you. I've noticed that when I do take apple cider vinegar, digestion is really, really great. So definitely start incorporating this. It's also really good for your skin too. There's just so many benefits to taking it. So I do have to still plug my nose. It's literally so disgusting, but you can do it. I have faith in you. If I can do it, you can do it. This is our extra virgin olive oil. It's a garlic one. Honestly, I've never had it before, but it looked good, so I grabbed it. This is Salsa Verde. This will go in the crock pot recipe. I don't eat a lot of meat right now because my protein's pretty low and my carbs are very high, so I get a lot of trace protein in my carb sources. But Steve really likes 99% lean ground turkey and just regular chicken breast. I do eat organic, no antibiotics or hormones in my chicken. And it is expensive, I will say, but I like to have the highest quality of meat that I can. I do splurge on it. And I also like to support farms that are treating their animals well. And I know that a lot of organic farms do that, but you gotta be careful because sometimes they can trick you on the labeling. It can still say organic, but they are still, the animals aren't treated as humane as possible. So you have to kind of like look into the brand. But there's just a lot of controversy in the meat industry. So anyways, I try and buy, you know, the most free range, organic, grass-fed thing that I can find at the store and call it good. Okay, Bison Steaks. The macros are only 3 fat per fillet, which is crazy, and then 40 protein. So bison is a very, very, very good meat. I really, really like it. So I'll have that. We'll sear those, and yeah, it's really good. If you haven't tried bison before, definitely try it. And it's also, of course, all natural. Slow churned. The macros on this are 3.5 grams of fat, 19 carb, and 3 protein for 62 grams. That is honestly like better than Halo Top, I'm pretty sure. Don't hold me to it, but moderation is key. So if you're like having Halo Top because, you know, you're forcing yourself to have it, not because you like it, that's a whole different story. So you can have ice cream, just have it in moderation and make sure it fits in your macros. Obviously I try to keep dairy to a minimum, but I will sometimes splurge and have ice cream, sometimes like a few days a week. So it all depends on what your macros are, how your digestion is, how your skin's looking, if processed foods treat you differently. So like some people can eat a lot of processed foods and some people really have to watch their processed foods. So just experiment with your body, see what works for you, and then play to that. So talking of Halo Top, Steve loves salted caramel. So we're gonna do a little taste test and see which one's better. The Breyers, or the slow churned, or the Halo Top. I'm gonna guess it's the slow churned, but we'll see. This is the ahi that I eat. They said that it is flash frozen, so it is the most fresh that they have actually, rather than the ones raw sitting out in the case. So I do this is the one that you can eat raw, they said, because it's sushi grade, what they said. And I have had this sushi grade, I've had it raw, so it's very, very good. Sometimes I'll sear it and add some rice to it and make a little poke bowl or whatever the case may be. Pumpkin, I eat pumpkin every day. When you get pumpkin, make sure it says 100% pure at the top, not the puree one. But pumpkin's actually very, very good for you. It has a lot of nutrients in it, and also it has a lot of fiber, 3 grams of fiber for 122 grams. And also it's something that you can eat when you're dieting that has a lot of volume. You get a lot for how little carbs it is. And it's really, really good. Salad topper, crock-pot recipe. Crock-pot recipe. Last but not least, some zucchini and yellow squash that I will saute or I will roast. Okay, I think that is it. That is it. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this grocery haul. I am eating a lot of food, so I'm about to show you a full day of eating tomorrow. So that'll be up sometime next week. So look forward to that. I share with you guys my macros, the meals that I eat on a daily basis and all of that, because I know that a lot of you guys do have a lot of macros to fill. So I'm gonna show you guys that. And anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you did below. Be sure to, again, subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I love you all, and I will see you in the next one.